Hello, and welcome to the best live-action cartoon movie. Sorry the title is longer. Pretty much, live-action adaptations of animated properties. We have quite a long list to go over, so sorry if we didn't get to all of them.
To bank off of nostalgia for popular cartoons, many film studios have put out live-action renditions of famous cartoons to varying degrees of quality, mostly bad.
But before we get into our film for today, we need to establish the factors of which these films will be judged.
We will be rating these on entertainment value, visual appeal, faithfulness to the source material, and overall, if it's a good movie.
We'd make up some rules, but we're bound to break them eventually. We have about 25 films planned, and yet there are some that we won't be able to talk about. Don't worry though, the ones not on here don't really have much of a shot at becoming the best live-action cartoon movie.
With that being said, let's get into today's feature. Here's hoping it isn't awful.
Hey guys, welcome back to the best live-action cartoon movie. And today, last episode we talked about Popeye, and now we're gonna talk about Scooby-Doo, the Scooby-Doo movie.
Don't you mean Melvin Doo?
No, don't you mean Melvin Doo?
Yeah.
I love that they use that joke twice.
Yeah.
But before we talk about the actual movie, we want to talk about our relation to Scooby-Doo as a whole, as a franchise. Starting with Ducko.
Alright, I've actually seen this movie a decent amount of times, but it's been a while since I saw it. But anyways, Scooby-Doo in general, I've known Scooby-Doo since I was a kid. And goodness knows, Cartoon Network showed it a lot in its many incarnations. It's very repetitive, but the characters are charming, and that it can be applied to a lot of different like tones and scenarios and different like meets, whoever, all that and this stuff. It probably shows why it's been around for so long. The best Scooby-Doo show is probably Mystery Incorporated, which is like Gravity Falls before that show came on.
I
with,
beg to
you know,
differ,
Scooby-Doo.
Ducko. We have Shaggy and Scooby-Doo get a clue to
Man,
proclaim
shut
that
up.
We can't
title.
forget. Why do you not like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo?
We're
Get a
on the
clue?
road again.
I
want to sing the song all day long.
The actual other best show is probably a pup named Scooby-Doo, but
Oh yeah, I hear good
A
things
pup
about
named
that.
Scooby-Doo actually seems really good from what I'm seeing. Yeah.
I remember I like the theme song to What's New Scooby-Doo, but I don't know if is that just basically the same?
What's New Scooby-Doo is just the original with slightly better animations, I'd say.
Okay.
Alright, and the movie itself, I remember not being that bad, but it's a bit silly, and some of the CGI and maybe some of the other aspects, I don't know, are probably dated. But I like Velma in this a lot. I like Velma in a lot of the Scooby-Doo, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for Velma, I'm pretty sure the live action person plays Velma. They got her in Robot Chicken to play Velma again.
Yeah, they got the whole cast of this to play.
Yeah. But that was a fucked up skit. It had like Jason killing them all. I mean, I like horror movies, but I don't like it when Scooby-Doo gets killed. But yeah, I'm a big fan. I like Scooby-Doo. I'm pretty fond of him. Scooby himself is a good dog, and the cartoon is actually pretty charming. I know it's like very gimmicky and it follows the exact same format every single episode, but it's fun. I mean, I wouldn't watch like a bunch of Scooby-Doos all at the same time, but I'd flip it on and it would be amusing. Scooby and Shaggy are like a really good duo, and I like them both together. But I also I like Daphne and Velma. Fred is a bit I mean, no one ever liked Fred. He's just like kind of. He's kind of a. I mean, I do like him in Mystery Incorporated because of how obsessed he is with traps.
Yeah, I like that. He's a real big doofus in that, and I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. They fixed his character for Mystery Incorporated, which I agree is the best thing to come out of Scooby-Doo. Although Zombie Island is really good.
Yeah.
I hear like they had like a return to Zombie Island, right? Was that any good?
I don't know.
I heard it wasn't that great.
Oh, I know they also continued like a Scooby-Doo series that never actually got continued. Like it ended on a cliffhanger or something. So they did that.
I've actually seen this movie before. I remember a lot of scenes from it, and I remember it was actually pretty alright, although it's wildly different in tone from the original. I hear it was originally supposed to be like an adult parody of the series, but then it just became more legit as it went on, and just became an actual Scooby-Doo movie with a couple of like weird jokes in there that wouldn't fit in the actual show. I kind of prefer Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed because it had more of the monsters and more scenes. I remember the bad guy goes, "Mystery Incorporated." I know that Scooby-Doo once did a crossover of Supernatural. I haven't seen a lot of Supernatural, but I know the gist of it. And the thing was, when they met, I know that Sam and Dean fight actual monsters and shit, and they went to Scooby-Doo land in the cartoon world. But since Sam and Dean were there, every cartoony antic that happened to Scooby and Shaggy legitimately hurt them. Shaggy got a fucking broken arm. It was hilarious. He sounded like he was actually screaming in pain. It's horrible. He breaks his fucking arm. And when the Scooby gang come to grips with the fact that monsters are real, they can't fucking take it. And so Sam and Dean have to pretend like there's no monsters because it would break their minds. It's fucked up, but it's like kind of funny.
That's not even true to Scooby-Doo. There is so much media where the supernatural is real.
Well, this was entirely based off the original cartoon, where there were no ghosts.
I guess so.
I think it felt like they actually were fans of the original, even though they had fucked up jokes like that.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a fun special. But yeah, I like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. In spite of the many series that it's had, I still hold Scooby-Doo in like really high regard compared to most of the series that I watched when I was younger. I really like detective series, if you couldn't tell from Best Versus movie. And I feel like Scooby-Doo kind of kickstarted that for me. And Scooby himself is great. I really like him. Some people are just like, oh, he's annoying, but I mean, he's cute.
Annoying? He's an adorable dog.
He's not Scrappy-Doo.
Yeah.
Scrappy's the annoying one. Oh, I remember Scrappy's in this movie.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when we actually talk about the movie.
Zombie Island is great. Love Zombie Island. It has one of my favorite songs, like, ever. Because
Terror Time.
Terror Time is such a good...
Yeah.
Also, some of the recent series, like outside of Mr. Incorporated, which I do agree is the technically best show, though it's not my favorite. I like how recently they've started to get genuinely meta with it, and they've started to kind of poke fun at themselves.
Yeah.
They've done a good job, I think, of giving the series a bit more variety as of late, which I appreciate. And my favorite piece of Scooby-Doo media, though, is there was this...
Ribbit, I swear to God, if you say Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, get it.
Well, besides that, of course. So, there's there's a Scooby-Doo parody of the Blair Witch Project that aired one time.
Oh my God! I can't believe I didn't mention that!
And I love it so much.
That was hilarious! They fucking go to the Blair Witch.
Yeah.
They get into arguments.
Yeah, they start having a go at each other. It's so fucking good. It's so good.
Instead of leaving rocks, the witch leaves Scooby's.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, so that's my favorite piece of Scooby media. Scooby-Doo.
I mean, I love that. I think it's hilarious, but it does have one of the most twisted endings to anything a Scooby-Doo related I've ever seen. It's implied they all fucking die, and that's horrifying. Yeah. That's so horrific. I love Scooby and the gang. I can't imagine that happening to them. It makes me so depressed to think that they died in those woods.
Yeah. As for this movie, I loved it as a kid. I watched it so much, and I found Melvin Doo hilarious.
Melvin Doo.
I found Scooby-Doo dressing as an old woman. Oh, that was the bee's knees for young me.
Oh, that reminds me. In Scooby-Doo 2, he dresses up like a fucking he wears an afro,
yeah.
and has a fucking dance scene, and that was funny.
Yeah.
We should be watching Monsters Unleashed, but I mean, it'd be odd if we watched
the first movies.
Yeah.
And we're not doing sequels on Best Live Action Cartoon Movie. It's too much.
There's like 10,000 Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. Spoilers.
So yeah. I'm going into this cautiously, but I feel like even if it's a bad movie, I'm going to enjoy it because I remember the movie being like I know that the movie's like so bad it's funny in some cases.
Yeah.
Although this movie,
Well, I mean, I hear it's like, I mean, it seems like it's not actually bad.
This movie doesn't.
I don't remember it being bad.
The issue with this movie is that it doesn't have Fred saying, "I think Cosmo sucks," which is a real disadvantage it has, I'd say.
I'm glad we're not watching any of those other live-action Scooby-Doo movies.
The
where, like, they
prequels,
all look weird.
The prequels, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm glad we're not
dear.
watching any of those. The only prequel I need is a pup named Scooby-Doo. But yeah, it seems like Scooby-Doo is high regarded in between all three of us. We like Scooby-Doo around here.
Yeah.
So, I guess now we'll just go and watch the movie and get back to you guys when we're done. So, see you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
Scooby-Doo! Wait, don't you mean Melvin Doo?
Hey guys, welcome back. We just got finished watching the Scooby-Doo movie. So what do you guys think? It's pretty funny.
I don't know if I'd call it a good movie.
Here's the thing. I can't tell if it's objectively good. I don't know if my laughter came from what they wrote. I think I might have been laughing at it, but I'm not entirely sure.
The thing is that this movie is really self-aware, but I can't tell what it's self-aware about.
Yeah, like there's a lot of this is very a product of its time. They play a lot of like 2000s music.
It's very early 2000s. You can tell what time they made it.
But I mean, I will say the entertainment value is high. I laughed my ass off watching this with Ribbit and Ducko.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
I think it's hard for me to call this a good movie when there's a scene where Shaggy and Scooby have a fart contest.
Yeah, fucking fart off. That was not good.
Yeah, nah.
But like, I mean, it was the 2000s. I guess they no, people still do that. I mean,
yeah, nah, that's still a very
some
common
people
joke.
find it funny. I guess. I mean, I don't like that kind of humor, but the movie had more than that. Like, there's a scene where like they're watching a fucking educational tape. And when they're watching the first version, the guy's like, "I will crush your bones into dust," and I like that. And I also like the alternative where the guy's super nice and it's like, word!
Like, I can't tell if it's making fun of its time period with a lot of it.
Yeah, I can't. It might just be like they're trying to be with it.
Because it seems like they're making fun of the lingo, but they've also got scenes in this that just scream.
Let's get jinky with it.
Let's get jinky with it.
Oh, boy.
I like that they have Scrappy as the villain of this movie.
Yeah.
Because a lot of fans at the time really hated Scrappy-Doo, and I'm pretty sure people still do hate Scrappy-Doo. They find him annoying, so them to do this was actually a really nice. It's throwing the audience a bone, and I think it was really funny, and it was handled well.
I think
just having Scrappy as the bad guy.
I think this movie was the beginning of Scooby-Doo being really self-aware, because nowadays Scooby is like stupid self-aware. Like Mystery Inc. Like in Mystery Inc. they see a statue of Scrappy-Doo and Fred's like, "We don't talk about him. We don't do that." Like,
I like that.
It seems like ever since like Zombie Island and this one, they've done like 5,000 plots where they're like, "Oh, the monsters are real this time." They've done that a lot.
Yeah, the monsters are real in this, I guess.
Yeah,
they straight up were, and they looked horrible. But we'll get to that in a bit. We still gotta talk about entertainment value.
It's entertaining.
Are there any like standout jokes to you guys? Like, I know we had a lot of jokes about
Melvin Doo.
Yeah, Melvin Doo.
Oh yeah,
Melvin Doo.
We got a call for Mr. Doo? Melvin Doo? No, Scooby!
They brought it back. It was such a funny joke, it needed to be in the movie twice. Oh, there's a scene where all of the Scooby-Doo characters, like, swap bodies, and Fred goes, "Hey, I can look at myself naked."
Guys, there's a gap where we don't see what Fred is doing to Daphne's body.
And there's a part where Shaggy and Velma swap bodies, and Shaggy stares up Velma's skirt.
I mean, Fred and Shaggy were morally questionable in this movie.
Shaggy in one scene was like, "Oh, here's my plan. Get the heck out of here and let the monsters eat Fred and
Yeah,
Velma."
let them eat Fred and Velma. This Shaggy is more like his character from Scream, the fucking sociopath.
Oh dear.
And for that matter, Daphne is more like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Well,
She
okay.
kicks ass at the end,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, me.
Yeah, Daphne has this character arc where at the beginning she's a massive damsel in distress, which is not really accurate because that happens like maybe twice in the original show.
They have to exaggerate that because they have to find something to exaggerate about her character.
Yeah.
And then
I
like
guess.
the guy, she's beating up the guy. She's like, oh, now who's a damsel in distress? And he's like, me.
I don't think getting beaten in a fight makes you a damsel in distress, though. I don't think.
And
that's
also,
quite...
why would he admit to? Why would he admit to that?
I don't-
He's supposed to be like a wrestler.
Like, that's not the textbook definition of a damsel in distress, I don't think. Getting
He's a
beaten,
damsel in distress.
getting beaten in a fight. Somebody's beating the shit out of you. Oh, I'm such a damsel in distress, guys. Oh, what a shame.
There's a lot of like, okay, see, that's the thing. That was unintentional. And we laughed at it. But, like, there's also just the weird amount of violence in this. That's intentional, and I found it hilarious.
There is...
Scooby decks
Yeah.
Fred in the fucking face.
Yeah, Scooby also kicks Shaggy in the face.
Shaggy came close to punching Scooby in the face,
Yeah.
and he missed.
I would also like to point out that there is a surprising amount of weed joke. That there are like a surprising
Yeah, like
amount
3
of
of
weed.
them.
4. I counted 4 throughout the movie.
Yeah, they're not subtle about the
Yeah.
fact that Shaggy and
I-
Scooby are kind of like stoners.
I never caught onto the fact that Shaggy's love interest being called Mary Jane meant anything more than just like just that was her name. But then Ducko pointed that
Yeah.
out and I was like, oh.
Yeah, there's surprising amount of weed jokes that snuck in even after they made it the PG version.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what do you say is the overall entertainment value?
It's entertaining. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fun time, even if not every joke was intentional.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Visual appeal.
The CGI is not good.
Yeah, it's not even for the time, it's not that good.
Scooby. Oh.
I mean, yeah, Scooby looks kind of ugly.
Scooby.
But even worse are the
no.
monsters.
The monsters are like the straight out of a PS2 game. It's
I mean,
bad.
This is not pleasant to look at. Although I will give props to the actors. They look like they're
Yeah,
well,
I like Velma
not Fred.
though. Well, yeah. Fred.
Velma's pretty cute in this. She's like adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Daphne basically fits the bill. Shaggy is pretty spot
Shaggy's
on.
dead
He's
on.
so much so that they made him Shaggy for a lot of the other cartoons.
Yeah, yeah, he was pretty good. But the visual appeal, not good. It was not perfect.
Yeah,
It was
also-
alright.
Yeah, also the movie often had a kind of cheap look to it, even like in the set design, I'd say. So.
Yeah. I feel like even if I saw this in the theaters, I'd go like, oh, this looks a bit off.
Yeah.
Okay, how faithful is it to the source material?
Pretty faithful, aside from a few
I don't.
things.
Okay, I'm sort of half and half because on one hand, they do a lot of the Scooby-Doo gags. Scooby does some nail polish or whatever on one of the monsters. He zooms away like a cartoon character. But what I don't think is faithful is the amount of like adult jokes they slipped in there. Scooby-Doo had next to no adult jokes in it, and this is like littered with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, okay, like, I feel like this was, like, given this movie's history and how it was originally supposed to be raunchy, I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse if they had actually gone off the R rating or PG-13 rating or whatever it was going to be. They could have gotten a lot further and it would have been even less faithful.
Yeah.
So them toning it down did make it more faithful, but I mean...
Okay, like, I'm sorry that I'm backtracking a little bit, but I just looked this up. Scooby-Doo apparently had a budget of $84 million?
Whoa.
How? How?
Woof. You know. Buffy was pretty huge at the time, I think. Was she Buffy by this time? Or was that
what, you
later?
think it was just all in the actors?
Maybe. Maybe. Probably not, actually.
Because,
It's
like,
probably,
the CGI, that is not 84 million.
Maybe it was the location. Like maybe they had to buy that whole island.
Maybe it was the fact.
Okay.
Maybe it's the fact that they had to basically redo the movie to like make it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Ducko, how faithful to the source do you think it is?
I think it's like it plays on all the Scooby-Doo stuff, but with like like this bit of self-awareness, I suppose. But
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, there was already a amount of time where people were like making jokes about Scooby-Doo and things like that. So they kind of had to do it in some ways.
Did they do the door gag in this movie?
No.
I don't remember if they did. No.
I think like isn't there like a scene where like when they're running away from the guys?
Don't think so.
Like, they're running away. No, I don't know.
I think it might.
I forget.
There might have been one in Scooby-Doo too, maybe.
That might be what I'm mistaking it for. Scooby. Whenever I think of the Scooby-Doo live action movies, every scene I can think of comes in the second one, like the cotton candy glove, and they fucking eat the cotton candy glove. I kind of wish we had seen that one because I do think Scooby-Doo 2 is more fun, but this is fun in itself.
Yeah.
It was funny. Is it a good movie? I don't know.
Goodish.
I don't know.
Like, it's not awful. Like, it could have been worse, but I think we need to realize
Objectively, they had a lot of failed comedy.
like the fact that we were
Looks bad.
I think the fact that we were laughing at it more than we were laughing with it is a sign that it's probably not a good movie.
Yeah, as much as I like this movie, I think we have to admit
Like,
it's
it's
not
like-
actually good.
Like, I recommend it for those who like Scooby-Doo because it certainly does play around with a lot
or
of
anyone
like,
who's just wanted to have a fun time.
yeah. Because it plays
Like, it's not a masterpiece, but it's like
it,
funny.
It plays around with a lot of Scooby-Doo running jokes and stuff, but like being self-aware, like just because you know that your movie's silly doesn't mean that it's instantly good. basically.
Ducko, wait, what do you think it's a good movie?
I think it's all right. I think it's like 6 or 7 out of 10, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I might give it something in the middle. Maybe not like pure bad. Maybe just something in the middle objectively for me.
Yeah.
But it has good things. I think like the emotional moments actually kind of work when it comes to Scooby. Like I actually felt bad for him in the opening when like they all split up.
I like it.
Scooby was...
I'd say there's more good than there is bad because there was nothing in this movie that really made me feel insulted, except maybe Fred. Except maybe.
yeah.
But
Maybe
like,
Fred.
in all honesty, I can't give it higher than a 6.
Okay, now guys, on the ranking board, higher or lower than Popeye?
I can't put it higher than Popeye.
It's not nearly as
Yeah.
faithful as Popeye, and
Popeye-
it's not nearly as genuinely good.
Popeye was such a charming, like, really, like, he was such a good protagonist. I felt so bad
Yeah.
for him. Like, the fact that he couldn't speak properly and he was just, like, asking people politely, like, could you please apologize for making fun? That was sweet.
Yeah, and he didn't go like, let's just leave Olive behind and let her die.
Yeah, like,
Aw.
the Popeye movie felt more genuine. This movie felt kind of like,
It felt like it was kind of making fun of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Popeye felt like it loved Popeye.
yeah, look at Scooby, so stupid.
Like, it feels to me like there was more respect in the Popeye movie than the Scooby-Doo movie. And also, since Popeye was genuinely better, I'd rank it higher.
Yeah, also Popeye has Robin Williams, so...
Yeah. What would you say, Ducko? I'm sorry we keep having to go
Yeah,
like,
I'm
what are you,
sorry.
Ducko?
No, I just don't like. I don't speak up enough. I don't know. Scooby. I don't like interrupting. Anyways, Scooby-Doo is not better than Popeye.
Yeah.
So we, I guess, agree on it. It's Popeye is more genuine.
I do think Scooby-Doo might actually maybe not. It's not great, but I don't think it's as bad as some of these will get.
No.
Speaking of how bad some of these will get.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you the next one is not going to rank above either of our first two.
Well, we haven't seen it yet, Ducko. Next time, guys, we've got Garfield the movie.
used to
Oh, poor Bill Murray.
There was
But-
no one else.
We'll have to see how that stacks up against Scooby-Doo. I'm only saying Scooby-Doo because it has no chance of beating Popeye. Let's see how it stacks up next time on the best live-action cartoon movie.
Bye, everyone.
See you soon.
Bye.